everyone, my name is Misty Snyder and I am the Children's Department Manager at the Downtown Library, and I'm so excited to be here with you today for our next episode of DIY Why Don't You? When Jen asked me if I would be interested in hosting one of these, I jumped at the chance. I love children's programming and I love reading stories for kids and showing off things we can do with them, but sometimes we have to do some stuff for ourselves. And if you're like me, you're a busy mom or a busy working person and you just need something you can get done quickly. And so that is my project today. Today we are going to make a super simple, super quick wreath from an embroidery hoop. So this is just a basic embroidery hoop. It's 14 inches. I got it at Michael's. First thing you're going to want to do is take off the sticker. Make sure there's no sticky residue. This one is good. Put that to the side here. So you're going to need this embroidery hoop. We're going to wrap the hoop in some white yarn. Also got this at Michael's today. It was on clearance for 99 cents. I chose white because it will show up nicely on my front door, but you can choose any color that you like. I love a yarn wrapped wreath just because there are so many choices for colors and texture. This one is a chunky knit, so it'll give a nice little texture there. You're also gonna want, probably, depending on how you want to do your wreath, some floral picks. I went with some sweet little tulips. They were on sale. And then probably some ribbon to make a bow. That's totally up to you. I may or may not make a bow depending on how well it goes together. Bows are not my favorite thing to make. I might even just go back later and buy a pre-made bow and cheat. And you know what? No one cares. It'll be fine. The other thing that you're going to need, you'll need some scissors, probably a hot glue gun and glue sticks, and then maybe some floral wire. It depends. Sometimes these floral picks, you can kind of shape them and wrap them around, and sometimes hot glue is enough to hold them. Sometimes it's not and you want them to be a little more secure, or maybe your front door gets super duper warm, and if it does, then you definitely want to make sure you wire that on there rather than glue them, because they will melt off and you will come home one day and have all of your wreath stuff on your doorstep. So that's not ever fun. I don't recommend it. My front door now does not do that, but my old front door did. So first step is we are going to separate this hoop. So in fact, by buying an embroidery hoop, you are getting 2 wreath forms for the price of 1. And I'm gonna tell you that this is probably plenty of yarn for 2 wreaths, and definitely enough floral and enough ribbon. So if you think about it like that, I spent about $14 today, but really it's more like a $7 wreath, depending on what all you add to it. So I'm gonna take this hoop here that is the full circle. You probably, since we're covering this hoop, it would be pretty easy also to use this one that has the screw end, and you could probably even just put a little dab of hot glue there to hold that together. And you could easily cover up that part with some flowers or ribbon, whatever you want to do. But that's my, for this video, I want to just do this one that is the full circle. And I like this shape in particular. I haven't ever made a wreath like this before, but I like that it's kind of low profile and that it is gonna have like a simple kind of modern look. My particular front door, I have a storm door, and so there's not a lot of room there for a very big, impressive wreath. If I wanted to put the wreath on the outside of the door, I could. I don't know that a yarn wreath would be the best thing to put on the outside, but that's your preference. But this will be nice and have a slim profile there in between my front door and my storm door. So, first thing we're gonna do is get your yarn and hopefully find the middle. I'm never good at this part, so bear with me. I might just unwrap it. I'm gonna just unwrap it and I'm gonna find a start. I might even create my own. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay, so first thing you do is wrap this around, and you might want to secure it. So maybe just tie a little knot. You could also even do probably some hot glue. I don't have my glue gun plugged in just yet, so I'm just gonna put a teeny little knot on this hoop, and then we'll start wrapping. But that little knot will cover it up and trim it off, so no worries there, but that'll just help it stay on your thing. Now, this might be a bigger skein of yarn than what you need, so if you get a little skein of yarn, it'll be probably easier to wrap. And I just do this, I just pull it through this way, go over under, and keep wrapping until we get to the very end. And this is probably the most time-consuming part of your wreath, okay? So, I'll show you this a little bit more. And you just wrap until it's completely finished. Lots of wrapping. And then when we come back, I will show you how we are going to decorate your wreath. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we are going to clip off some of these flower stems, however many you like. You can do it with scissors. They may not want to go with scissors. You might have to even kind of just bend them back and forth. And you can also clip them up here at these parts. If you have wire snippers, that might help a lot. And I do somewhere, I just don't know where they're at. So, see that? And then you can just start laying them out. So I am going to work on getting my flowers snipped, and when I've got those snipped off, I will be right back. Okay, so now we are ready to start adding our flowers to our springtime wreath. And like I said, you can either wire them onto the wreath form with a little bit of floral wire or use some hot glue. I'm gonna try wiring mine just to see, but like I said, my front door doesn't get super duper hot, so I don't always need to do this. And since this has a nice flat area here, you can wrap it on pretty easily. And just, you know, the good thing about the floral stems is that they are also wired, so you can wrap that on and then you can kind of bend your flowers and shape them whichever way. And I've got enough there, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to leave these stem type pieces uncovered so I can use them to kind of camouflage my wire. There we go. And you just kind of want to make sure that you're not like wrapping something directly down. You want the flowers to be able to kind of move because, you know, that's what flowers do. And You can even go in from there and just take a little bit of hot glue and, you know, give it a little bit of glue down so that it holds your flowers in place. So this is just a really basic low temperature hot glue gun. I have kids, so I don't tend to have anything else in the house. By all means, if you have a fancier glue gun that you like to use, definitely use it. Okay, so I've done one side. Now I'm gonna work on the other side. Okay, so we'll go back over here. We'll go in with a little more floral wire just to get those top bits down. And just wrap that around. This wrapping is, like I said, the most tedious and the most time-consuming part of making these. Otherwise, it's quick and easy, and I love that you can just kind of make it your own. You know, use your favorite colors. If you're not into a springy color, you know, pick something else. If you want to make it to match a holiday, say 4th of July, easy to do a red, white, and blue scheme. If you want it to be more for like Easter or Christmas or Thanksgiving, you can always, you know, make it to match those colors, or even just, you can hang this wreath somewhere in your home and that would be really pretty as well. And you can make it to match the colors of your decor. So, wreaths are just a really fast and simple way to add a little bit of color and a little bit of texture to your decor wherever you are. All right, almost have this here. Let's see. I'm probably going to add a few more stems because I still have quite a bit of stuff showing here, and I might want to add something, you know, closer over the top of this, just to kind of hide the parts where the wire are. Although I will tell you that probably no one will be able to see the wires from the street. So if you're real worried about it, don't. It'll be fine. And you can see which colors you want. Just make sure you leave room at the bottom for a bow if you think you want a bow. And maybe you do and maybe you don't. I think I'm just gonna do some hot glue this time because that's a little bit quicker than the there we go. I set a little low temperature hot glue so that if you do touch it, it'll be a little warm, but it's not going to leave a blister or anything like that, thankfully. And here we go. And I'm gonna do one more set of floral here. And it's starting to look like something I want. I think I like one side better than the other, so I may kind of pull this down a little because I think one side of my flowers got a little scrunched. That's kind of the good thing about hot glue too, is that, you know, you can kind of pull it apart if you need to. And I need to here. Just remember to cover it back up when you get done, because it can leave kind of a residue and look a little messy. And like I said, you can do this either with your glue gun or with the wire. Either way will work. Just make sure you work on covering that up. I like to use my glue gun to make sure I've got it stuck down the way I want it. And you can always trim these little extra bits off when you get done. Okay, so this is about where I'm at. I'm gonna add a bow, and I am not good at bow making, and this is a wreath making video, not a bow making video. So I will just show you my finished product when we are all done. And there we have our completed wreath. As you can see, I decided to forego the bow completely. Again, this was a wreath video, not a bow video. I did add a few more floral picks in there, and the home cutout was from my craft stash. I think I got it at the Dollar Tree. You can also pick up pre-made bows at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, Michael's, Joann's, anywhere you can probably buy crafts. And I hope you enjoyed that quick tutorial today. This start to finish craft probably took me around an hour, maybe an hour and a half if I added in all the video time. So it's quick and easy, and now you have a pretty little spring wreath to brighten up your front door. Thanks for watching.